Today, it's all about testimonies. I have one more testimony I want to share. I want to share. Uh, I think that most of us, when we get married, we get excited. Oh, I'm getting married. Then you get married. And even when your parents tell you you are still young, don't do it. You just want to go and do it. However, and you feel that nah, I love the guy, I want to marry this guy, there's no way I'm not marrying this guy. And then you get married. Then while you are traveling in your marriage road, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, now you start seeing behaviors that you never thought that you would see. But I just want to say I thank God because this testimony I'm about to share now, uh, it's all because I know what I'm talking about. So I believe it was in that period that I really had to go through some unpleasant situations in that marriage. It was sad, guys. I saw very, very unpleasant stuff that some of the stuff I'm not even comfortable talking about here. I was, I was, I was always thinking that no, the marriage will go well because we are both Christians. We both love God. But things did not turn out that way. Uh, it was not easy, people. It was not easy. You know, you sometimes wonder, uh, is it because you are different from other people, or is it because you are naive, or is it because now you are too good, that's why now things keep happening to you? But what I want to say is, God took me from the pulled me out of the claws of death. I remember I was 5 months pregnant with my third child. That would be Lerato. When I was 5 months pregnant with her, I remember that my husband, my ex-husband was somehow changed towards me. He had completely changed. He had completely changed. And I saw what I thought I would not see. He was fighting me. And then the reason why he was fighting me, I remember, was partly because he was gonna go off with some lady, and then he was gonna leave me. And by the time I was like 5 months pregnant, and then I remember he fought me, threw me to the ground, and I was in the hospital by that time. I went to the hospital by that time, and when I went to the hospital, I had to stay in the hospital for some time just to make sure that the baby was fine. And then after my baby was fine, I was discharged. That was yet another time that God had uh, shown himself to be God in my life, that he did not want me to die as yet. I remember while in that state of pregnancy, I became so depressed. After becoming so depressed, I even decided that I don't want to live anymore. So what I did is I took to myself, I took some medications, and then, I took the medications with the hope that I would die. But, when God has his hand on you, it can never be. I tried to commit suicide, but I took some antidepressant medication that I was given at the time, And then after taking that medication, I was pregnant that time. It was in the same time frame where I was still 5 months pregnant, and I went to hospital and I slept for 3 days and 3 nights. But I want to thank God because now with that I had my daughter. She was born okay. She was okay when she was born. And I want to thank God because this is yet another time that God showed that He was with me and that He would not leave me and that whatever I was going through was going to pass. I remember even when my pregnancy advanced, I was 8 months pregnant, and then the man was like, because he had proposed to leave me, and then he was like, no, I'm not leaving. And then out of guilt, he thought that he wasn't gonna leave me, but then he left me anyway. He left me, and when he did leave me, I was already 8 months pregnant with a third child. So in that state where I was starting to be in a new town. I had just started work and I was very fortunate to see God was working for me in my favor. I got the job in a hospital in that area, without them really noticing that I was even far ahead in my pregnancy. And when they really finally saw that I was pregnant, they were like, ah, you didn't tell us you were pregnant. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I was supposed to tell you. So I am really glad. I'm grateful because God saved me. And when He left me, I was alone. But I want to give my to give my deepest gratitude to one man of God, Bishop. Uh, I don't know that time how and where he got my number from. He called me and then he said he tried to talk to me. I was so angry at this man of God because now he's like, oh, um, don't worry, everything will be okay. And I'm like, how you tell me that? I'm 8 months pregnant. I've just been left by a man. I've just been left by a man, and then you are telling me that everything is gonna be okay. And I was angry because I did not know where he got my number from. And then all he said was, don't worry, don't worry. And then you know what? I just want to thank God because really this man of God, he took care of me. He was calling me every day. He was praying with me every day. And he made sure that I had food to eat at that time because I was still new in the area. I did not even have furniture. I did not even have anything where I was living. And I really want to thank God for Bishop Frank Ogaba because he really helped me. Him and his family, even after my daughter was born, they took me in. After they took me in, I stayed with them for 2 weeks after my daughter was born. Then I had to go back to work, and really they were there for me. I stayed with them in their house. They had 4 children, but they could accommodate me in their house. I was there as a house guest with them, and I am grateful to God for the love and the care that they showed to me. Mr. and Mrs. Ogaba, I want to thank you for having taken care of me. I want to thank God for your lives, that you had touched my life. I didn't even know you at the time, but I thank God that He used you. He used you in my life to change my life remarkably and to strengthen me, to be there for me when no one else could be there for me. And I am grateful. I am grateful today to God because God showed me His love. God showed me His love. God always showed me His love. God always showed me. God always came through for me. God always proved to me that He is the one in charge of my life. No matter what I'm going through, He is watching me. And when I pass through the fires, it will not burn me because He is with me. He is the lifter of my head. He lifts my head everywhere, every day. I am thankful to God for all His mercy. For all His mercy, I am grateful. I thank God for His mercies. I thank God for His mercies. I thank God for His mercies.